As-Salam alaikum, peace be upon you. I'm sure many of you have seen this recent video where Christian scholars made a video titled, "Did Prophet Muhammad really exist?" What did they conclude? You already know. Now, can you imagine that? A man who changed the course of history, the founder of the world's second largest religion, and yet some, despite mountains of evidence, dare to say he's a myth. Well, this is nothing new. Every major figure throughout history has been challenged. Even Jesus Christ himself was doubted by many of the Jews of his time. In this video, I'll share a small fraction of what scholars have discussed for over 14 centuries to prove beyond doubt the prophethood of our beloved Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. My brothers and sisters, today I want to prove to you that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a real person. In fact, I want to show you clear historical and logical evidence that he was a real person. Denying his existence is not just a mistake, but also intellectually dishonest. So let's delve into the facts together. And before we begin, I would like to clarify something important. This video aims to provide a general overview of the topic. If you wish to study this subject in depth, please refer to the works of our Muslim scholars. They have beautifully discussed this topic. Let's start. Part 1. The Historical Muhammad. There are four main categories of sources that establish the historical nature of Prophet Muhammad. The first category is the early Muslim sources, which include the Qur'an and Hadith. The second category is the non-Muslim records of Prophet Muhammad's life. And the third category is the archaeological evidence we have. The fourth category is simply logic itself. Let us start with the Qur'an and Hadith, because these are the primary sources through which the message of Islam came to us. The Qur'an was sent down in the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad and was memorized by thousands of Muslims. It was written down by scribes on various materials like stones, palm, wood, and leather. These early scripts go back to the very first century of Islam, less than 100 years after the Prophet's death. Moreover, the Prophet's sayings and actions were also meticulously recorded by his companions in a genre called hadith literature. We have thousands of hadiths preserved with detailed chains of transmission, something unheard of in ancient history. Similarly, the Siqra, which are the biographies of the Prophet, were written down within about 100 to 150 years of his life, such as the biography of Ibn Ishaq and the one by Ibn Hisham. Furthermore, the names of his wives, children, uncles, battles, treaties, and even the houses he lived in are documented. All of this vast amount of literature points to one undeniable fact. Prophet Muhammad was very real. The second category is the non-Muslim records of Prophet Muhammad's life. Interestingly, Christians and Jews of Arabia wrote about Prophet Muhammad during and shortly after his life. To name a few, there is a Christian text called Doctrina Jacobi, also known as the Doctrine of James, which was written in the year 634 CE, only 2 years after Prophet Muhammad's death. This text discusses various aspects of the Christian faith, and among them, it talks about a prophet who appeared among the Arabs, though it doesn't mention his name. However, scholars believe that this unnamed prophet is none other than Prophet Muhammad. Another source is S.A.W, an Armenian bishop who wrote his Universal History in the 660s. He mentions that the Arabs were a tribe without a king until a man named Muhammad appeared and led them with a new faith. He further describes how Muhammad conquered Mecca and Medina and spread his influence among the Arabs. Moving on, we have John of Damascus, a prominent Syrian Christian author who lived between 676 and 749 CE. He wrote a book called An Exact Exposition of the Orthodox Faith, where he discusses various religions, including Islam. While he is a harsh critic of Islam, clearly states that Muhammad was a real person who founded this religion. He says, "Who then is this Muhammad? He is the prophet of the sect of the Saracens, who was born at Mecca in the district of Hejaz, and he was held in such esteem by those who heard him that they acknowledged him as a prophet of God." Additionally, there are numerous Byzantine, Syriac, and Coptic sources that all refer to Prophet Muhammad. What's important to note here is that all these accounts come from independent, hostile sources who had no reason to invent Prophet Muhammad if he never existed. The third category of evidence is the archaeological evidence. As Muslims, we have the Qur'anic manuscripts, like the Birmingham Qur'an manuscript, which dates back to the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad himself. There are also coins minted by the early caliphs, with references to Prophet Muhammad as the messenger of God. Furthermore, early mosques and inscriptions, such as the Dome of the Rock, which was built in 691 CE, all directly mention Prophet Muhammad. All this material evidence supports the historical reality of Prophet Muhammad. The fourth category is logic itself. The question is, if Prophet Muhammad didn't exist, who united Arabia, put an end to centuries of tribal warfare, and inspired the rise of an empire that reached as far as Spain and China within just 100 years? Who gave us the Qur'an with its unmatched preservation? Michael Hart, an American author who wrote the 100, a ranking of the most influential persons in history, ranks Prophet Muhammad at number 6 on his list. He states that Muhammad is undoubtedly the most influential man in history. Consider the effect he had on human history. He transformed a small tribe in the Arabian Peninsula into the largest religious community in the world. Moreover, a well-known scholar and writer, Martin Lings, highlights how all roads in pre-Islamic Arabia led to Mecca. But after Islam emerged, Mecca became the destination of pilgrims from all over the world. He says Mecca had been a center in its own region, but suddenly it became the center of the world. Clearly, this transformation didn't happen out of thin air. It was caused by a real person, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now, some may ask, if there is so much evidence for the Prophet's existence, why do people still deny it? Well, I leave that to Allah, the Almighty, to decide. As for me, I have presented what I could regarding the evidence for the Prophet's existence. I hope you found this brief overview helpful. To sum up, the evidence for the Prophet's existence is overwhelming. Denying his existence is like denying figures like Julius Caesar or Alexander the Great. It goes against mountains of evidence. As Muslims, our love for Prophet Muhammad is not blind faith. It's faith rooted in history, reason, and undeniable truth. The Prophet lived, taught, and transformed the world, and history itself testifies to it. Finally, I would like to share a quote from the famous Muslim scholar, Sheikh al-Husari. He says, "If anyone rejects the prophethood of Muhammad after seeing the miracle of the Qur'an, then he deserves to be called a person of no understanding." I ask Allah Almighty to bless you with a deeper understanding of our faith. Thank you. If you found this video informative and enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and share this video with your family and friends. May Allah reward you for your efforts.